Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Moments in the Word. Kim, my beautiful wife, here with me today. We're actually down in New Bern, North Carolina, just a beautiful waterfront town that goes down to the inlet. A lot of history here, Tryon Palace, just a lot of things here. We thank God for the opportunities to just come visit and to have a moment to walk around and look at some of these beautiful towns on the coast of North Carolina. But this morning we were talking, and God reminded us of how generous He is and how much we're like Him when we're generous, and how God honors that. We need to be giving at all times, giving of ourselves, giving of our time, our talents, and our resources. And Kim has a beautiful scripture she wants to share with you.
This is 2 Corinthians 9, verses 10 and 11. I was reading this morning. It says, "And God, who provides seed for the sower and bread for eating, will also provide and multiply your resources for sowing and increase the fruits of your righteousness, which manifest itself in active goodness, kindness, and charity. Thus you will be enriched in all things and in every way, so that you can be generous. And your generosity, as it is administered to us, will bring forth thanksgiving to God." It just reminded me that being generous, being kind, being good, even our desire to do that comes from God. He shows it to us. We sow it into other people's lives. He sows that into us. We sow it into other people's lives. And then that just in turn shows our gratefulness and our thankfulness to God for what He's done for us. And I just needed to be reminded of that today. God is so good to us. And the generosity and the kindness that we show to everybody else is put in our hearts by God.
Yep. And we got to remember, God is our source.
Yes.
He may use people, He may use other things, but Papa God is our source in all things. That way we can trust Him. We don't have to. Even David said, some trust in chariots, some trust in horses, some trust in this. He said, but I will trust on the Lord my God. And God is our source. But in that, He wants us to be like Him. He wants us to love. He wants us to give. He wants us to help other people with the things that He's given us. And as we do that, there's another scripture that says, as we sow, it will come back into our lives. Not that that's what we're looking for. We want to please God and we want to help others. And because of that, the byproduct is whatever we need, whenever we need it, ever how we need it, God is going to supply and meet our needs. And as we use that to His glory, it is giving Him thanks for what He has supplied for us. So remember today, sometimes it looks a little shaky, sometimes it looks a little dark, but God is your source and He's not going to let you down. David said, I've never seen the righteous begging bread. Papa God is a good God, and Kim and I are reminded of that every day. Even today, being able to come down here and walk around this beautiful town of New Bern, North Carolina, and just to spend time together. And Maggie's down here whining because she's not getting her way, but we'll take her for a walk in just a minute. But we want you to know we love y'all. Thank you for your prayers as God's getting ready to transition us to North Carolina. We thank God for our time in Georgia. It has been awesome, wonderful people. We'll never forget those folks there that loved us and made us family. But we know that God has brought us into this new season, and we're excited. So keep us in your prayers, and we'll be praying for you as well.
We love y'all. We'll see you next week.